Welcome back, adventurers. My name is Eli, the Game Master, and this is A Good Day to Die. Last we left off, the group had made it into the heart of the Great Tree. There, the Saloon, the necromantic druid, took it upon himself to fuse with the Great Tree to try to purge the black blood out of it and to purify the sacred site. However, they were set upon by the rest of the druid colony that had been infected with the black blood. As battle began to take place, Manzarek took it upon himself to take Saloon's place into the Great Tree, being accepted as it were, and yes, and disappearing from then on. Just to clarify, Max had some family thing that he needed to take care of and will no longer be joining us for at least a little while. So Manzarek has moved on, and the rest of the group must soldier forth without him.
There's no dinosaur now.
There's no dinosaurs. We are down one dinosaur, and that is entirely too few dinosaurs for this campaign. However, Alamon, in his madness, was asked to do something, raised his hands towards the sky, and opened a portal into the dream world, which is normally inaccessible. However, the Great Tree rested upon a nexus point between the Fey realm, the dream world, and the material plane. Upon opening this portal, the group was sucked into it, and we're going to go ahead and pick it up there. We're going to do something a little different at the beginning, however. The group is divided.
How?
Not all of you are together. However, Dr. Tone, Perry, and Taris are all together.
I don't have a scene for that one.
You hadn't seen that coming.
Like,
Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see this live update.
Nah, that's fine. That's fine.
I still think he figures out how to build a scene.
Oh, that's pretty easy. If only he was tech savvy.
Right? Be like the editor that doesn't exist.
I do need a keyboard though.
Don't
Just
stand
stop
right
putting
there.
down tokens.
Stop!
Now.
Oh wait, I'm not there. I don't care.
No, that's the problem. You're not there.
Yeah, we're not
It's
gonna
a
do so
problem.
well without you.
Yeah, for y'all.
We don't have tanks.
Oh, I don't have heals.
Yeah, fast healing.
It's
much as he hurt me for.
moderately fast.
They want tanks, but no tanks.
Proud of that one. aren't
Thank you. Come again.
So the last thing, Perry and Dr. Isaac, the last thing you two remember is as this rift was opening up above you, you felt the ground beneath you leave as you were drawn up into the air and through this void. You feel this concussive pulse roll through you as a wave of different sensations wash over your entire body. Everything from hot, cold, chilling, until numbness and darkness overtakes you. You wake up in a daze, your eyes struggling to focus as you feel a hard wooden surface beneath you. Your world is spinning and you hear the distorted voices of several different creatures around you. Dr. Tone, you feel your wings being extended from your back as one of the figures turns to the others and says something that you can't quite make out in your daze. And the others laugh in response. Perry, you feel your handy haversack leave your shoulder. As it is raised up, one of the figures opens it, reaching into it, and you hear him immediately cry out as he draws his hand back, and Robbie is hanging from his middle finger as he shakes him loose. Robbie hits on top of you, and you feel two little paws start to rock your head as he says, "You need to wake up, and you need to wake up now!"
What's going on?
As you look around, you see that you are on the deck of what looks to be a ship. However, instead of the typical wooden railing that surrounds the perimeter of the ship, these railings are made of metal. Instead of the sound of crashing waves against the hull, you only hear a high-pitched wind rolling over you. Instead of the sound of creaking timbers and riggings and the flare of sails, you hear a deep mechanical hum from what seems to be massive fans that extend off of either side, the port and starboard side, of this ship. You hear the deep mechanical hum, and you see these massive gears rising up out of the deck of the ship and rolling back down with these high-pitched clinking noises. The crew steps back as they look down at all of you as you start to regain yourself. Hey, boys! Looks like they're back to life!
I reach to grab my pack back.
He looks and he watches you do so. He says, curious question. What are you three doing here? As you look around, you see Taurus is with you as he's rubbing his head, and he looks up and he's like,
Identify what they are?
You may!
And identify where we are.
You may!
What would that be for the what they are?
It would be knowledge nature for most of them.
And the where? Planes?
23.
With a 23 looking about, you see that most of these creatures are humanoid in shape, but not necessarily human. Some of them have skin tones that shift anywhere between blues and purples. You see that there is one dwarf among them, just purely a dwarf. But two of them are human, and the other two are, as previously described, humanoid with the shifts of blues and purples in their skin.
Planes?
You may. Ooh, he's excited about it.
24.
With a 24, as you kind of stand up and look about, you are astonished by what you see. First, you are in the air, aboard this massive craft of some kind that is hovering in place. It is not in any one real direction. It just simply hovers in the air. Looking up, which is the first thing that you notice because you're kind of like, where are we? And you look up, you see off in the distance these metallic structures that are spiraling upwards, and they ascend up into what looks to be a cloud, into like a pure clouded sky. You see no break, you see no sunlight, but everything is illuminated as if there is constant sun. Looking down, you see these spiraling structures descend down into what looks to be a sea of white mist. The sea of white mist extends as far as the eye can see until the distance obscures your vision. You see what looks to be the canopy of a tremendous tree rising out of the mist like some kind of terrible monster from an ocean of obscurity. This tree looks sort of like the top of the great tree, like what you'd imagine the top of the great tree to look like if you ever saw it from this angle, except it is not silver in color. The colors shift over a prismatic array from one end to the other, and you feel as if you were to move, that color would shift with it. And this canopy of the tree extends out once again as far as the eye can see. It does kind of bow in a certain spot and extends out in either direction before rising up and bowing down again. Says one of the passengers of this ship that has accosted you looks and says, "We don't tolerate stowaways on this ship."
Not stowaways. Teleportation, magic gone wrong.
However you got here is irrelevant.
Diplomacy of a 31.
31?
Yeah.
He says, how you got here is irrelevant. He says, stowaways you may not be, but you still need to pay price for passage. Tharis kind of stands up and he says, get your hands off me. Is he like, excuse me.
Couple of questions. What is the name of the ship we're on?
They tilt their head. They say, welcome to the Paradox, one says.
Neat. How much is the fare?
He puts a pistol in your face. We'll say all of your magic items. Robbie goes, don't, that's not a good deal.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I'll be willing to trade you a musket ball for them.
I'm
Where
The others start to draw knives and swords.
exactly are we?
They don't look keen on talking, but you
Yeah.
can try to coax them with
Yeah.
diplomacy if you'd like.
I mean, like, I'm more shell shocked of yeah, there's combatants, but like, where are we?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that one?
I was gonna try to help.
Listen
but-
here, you're going to tell
Listen
me.
here, tell me where you are.
Also, I failed you. I described where you were, but
Yes,
you
I did.
rolled for Knowledge
I
Planes.
did.
You do recognize where this is. More so than that, you know exactly where in the where you are. This is the plane of dreams. The plane of dreams is a difficult plane to physically manifest on. One of the most difficult to do so, as a matter of fact. However, the plane of dreams can be visited through astral projection or even simply lucid dreaming. However, to physically be there is a rarity, something that neither of you have ever heard of. You recognize where you are as the inner sphere of the plane of dreams. In the inner sphere of the plane of dreams is a massive tree. This massive tree mirrors the same one in the material plane, however, with some key differences. One of them being that this is an anchor point to the realm of dreams. Everything comes from here and goes outward. It does connect between the plane of dreams, the Fey world, and then the material plane, or vice versa if you flip it upside down. It's a 9x10 pan. It looks like this. You could use a 10x9 pan, but it would look more like this. And so you are in effectively the upside down of reality.
So
However, the mist is not something that you recognize. You do know that those spiraling structures that extend up extend to different realms in the plane of dreams. To you, they look like they are ascending straight up, but in reality, they're extending outward. Because where you are is a sphere to the base of the tree.
So
But-
if I was to just jump off the ship and plummet straight down.
You would hit the tree and die.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I have
Gravity works just the same.
wings just flying.
Yes, but that is a thing you could do.
It may be my option.
So with your nat 1
On diplomacy.
on diplomacy,
Uh-huh.
they say, time's up, buddy.
Plan dreams, plan dreams, plan dreams.
We've made it, Taylor says. Gentlemen, do you know what this means?
I try to focus really hard
No, of course you don't know.
and make myself larger.
Do you, though?
I do. I don't know. With my thoughts and dreams. I'm in the dream world.
Oh, you tried to lucid dream?
Yeah.
You tried to do that thing? Go ahead and roll me... Yeah, roll me knowledge dreams. Or knowledge...
Dreams.
Knowledge dreams. Knowledge the planes.
Nah, that's a 9.
Yeah, you are
That's what I'm
trying
trying
that
really
thing.
hard.
They like...
Just wait. Did we all group figure?
I think Tayrus draws a potion from his bag. He says, I think we all just need to calm down. He says, and have a drink. He hands it to you. And he said, and we will try to resolve this like gentlemen. Get his smoke out. You may.
Knowledge alchemy.
You may.
31.
Wow.
25.
These are high level rolls. He handed him a potion of haste. I crafted that when I leveled up.
So he said, quick, drink.
Cheers.
You are now hasted. As you take a half a step forward, you begin to blur. The crew takes a half step back looking at you like, why? The one with the pistol to your face looks over. Roll me sense motive.
Uh-oh.
It's the... Please. That's a 27.
He does a few things good.
With sense motive?
Yeah.
They are staggered, theatrically so, by what's just happened. But you can tell as soon as they regain their senses, they're going to take that as an initiative of combat. So essentially, you have the surprise round. If you would like to act in it.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Cool. Never mind. And they all have their weapons drawn.
Yes.
I've been holding on to a spell from like the very beginning that I just want to try once.
Do it.
If you'd like to roll for initiative, you may.
And
Peace bond, but they've already got their weapons drawn. So it would prevent them from drawing a weapon.
Doom.
Oh, Taurus, you mad lad.
they need a will save?
Hmm?
It's a will save, ain't it?
Yeah, it prevents them from drawing a weapon. That would be kind of cool in a diplomatic scenario.
22, you say?
I like the jig.
Hang on.
17.
Nice.
I know, right?
You rolled an 18.
I have to earn my high rolls.
He
Thank
did
you.
not. He rolled a 17.
Oh. You don't get a negative anymore.
I don't. That happened at level 4.
I don't get too bad.
No, level 8.
Surprise round from what just happened. Taurus,
Oh,
yes, is going first. They are everywhere.
5 foot step.
Yeah.
5 foot step. I'm flanked with that guy.
He's going to full round withdraw.
Oh, buddy.
He's going to move over here, and he is going to study that guy.
Study him good.
Sorry, real good.
Perry.
I think I'm just going to attack the guy in front of me with my dagger.
You may.
Because he would be flat-footed, correct?
Oh, yes.
Cool.
So flat-footed.
So let's try this here. Ooh. Well, does a 22 hit his flat-footed AC?
It do.
Nice.
It would have hit his regular AC.
Nice. Sorry for what's about to happen. This would be like one of the few times I've actually used my dagger to do damage. 4, 10. 27 points of damage for the first attack. I get a second one that's hasted, right?
Hmm?
Yeah.
If you make a full round.
Mm-hmm.
How much damage?
27 on the first one.
Oh, that's so damage.
Second one, ooh, maybe not. Is a 17 hit his flat-footed.
A 17, you say?
Yeah, flat-footed.
Yes, it do.
26.
26 damage?
Yes. Specifically seeking out his vital areas.
You grab him by the shoulder. He looks at your hand and looks up at you as you... You just have moved so fast. He looks down as you see the red spots begin to swell in his clothing. He looks up and he goes, ow, as he drops to the ground.
Effectively out of combat.
Yes.
Noise.
Dr. Isaac.
Couple of things. Can I take a 5 foot step back away from that man's? Away, so I'm not in base combat. Yeah, that there. I'm going to ready a cast a spiritual weapon. If it needs to come to that, and I'm like, gentlemen, there's no need for more bloodshed. Let us settle this, as Taylor said, like gentlemen. Rolling diplomacy. I rolled around 10 this entire time, which isn't a bad number to roll around. 25.
End up Shawshank like your friend here.
You feel like that would have had some weight if one of their men wasn't just murdered.
Okay.
By a child.
So my ready cast will be the moment I see them go to attack us, the spiritual weapon will summon, and then immediately gets two attacks.
Okay. So that is the end of the first round. Surprise round is up. Taurus is going to take a free 5 foot step, and with his studied opponent is going to attack. Hello.
Hi.
That will strike his opponent. dealing a
So jaunty.
It is.
number of damages. Second attack. That will not strike us, but wait.
500 still.
That he is. Well said. Oh, so much better.
Oh, that's right.
They're still 5-footed, as long as they don't go before you.
He does not down his opponent, but he does slice into him with expertise from his cane sword. The pirate looks down at himself as he grabs his wound, stumbling backwards. Parry.
Can you take me a 5-foot step closer to my opponent? That is, yep. And the first attack.
Attack.
My flat-footed opponent
Yes.
will be a 29.
Yes.
And the second attack would be a 17 flat-footed.
Yes.
All right.
Oh no.
Finish. Okay. Only 19 on the first one.
Okay.
The first one?
And 21 on the second.
Oh, he is still alive. No. As you take a step back, your cloak just kind of flaring. As you stab, the pirate leans against some kind of odd mechanism at the head of the ship. He hits it, and you see it glow in response to his touch. As he slides and he sits on the ground, he looks up at you. I yield, he says, barely maintaining himself.
Yeah, kind of like this smirk, like, yeah, you do.
I bet you do.
Yeah, you do.
My ranged action is if they attack.
Oh, yeah. So he will move there. Your ready action goes off.
Put him betwixt. Let me just use this.
Sure.
Betwixt
in between.
the two of them. Sure.
The one on the ground looks up at that weapon that just manifested and goes, I yield.
So my chain comes out, and I was like, I take your yield, and it'll swing at the guy who just ran up to parry.
Alrighty.
This is a 21.
21 will strike your opponent.
Did he move to my combat? Threaten square?
No, I counted out
Okay,
intentionally to move him
Sorry, I
around.
was checking.
That's only a 16 on the second swing.
16 on the second swing will not hit his not flat-footed AC.
I need to use spiritual weapon more often. 10 points of force damage. Specifically.
Oh!
Use the force.
That's so damage.
Let's try, man.
So damage, much hurt. Pretty 5-foot step. Oh, well, it's not his turn. Sorry.
Yeah, I gotta attack me with the other guy.
Yeah. Okay. The other guy runs up to you. Does a 20 hit you?
Just.
Dealing 8 points of damage.
Okay.
As he steps up with his rapier cutting across your back.
I forgot I was damaged already. I'm a lot less confident.
This guy takes a free 5-foot step.
Oh no.
You are flanked.
I am flanked.
Plus 2 to their attack.
Yes. Everything's terrible.
That's awesome.
Does a 14 hit you?
It does not.
Oh, that's not good. Luckily, he doesn't have a second attack.
Oh.
That's good for us.
As the one with the rapier cuts you across the chest, sending you stumbling, the one steps up behind you. He swings. You see it just out of the corner of your eye as you duck, and he swings above your head. This guy is going to attack Taris because...
Screw that guy.
Stop stabbing me. Oh, Taris. Why? That will hit Taris.
Oh.
So much Taris. Dealing 9 points of damage. I forgot Taris was hurt too.
Yeah.
How hurt are you? Percentage-wise?
Not half.
How hurt is Taris, percentage-wise?
He's still in the green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would, if I can, I'll call out to Taris to take a 5-foot step toward me. For no reason in particular.
Okay. Top of the round, Taris. He's going to take a free 5-foot step.
Towards me. Yeah.
There gives him the flank.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I figured.
I got you, buddy. He's still studied, so he would still have
Yeah, he would still attack the one that he studied. How'd you get it? Whoop. Nat 20?
Noise.
Crit threat, roll to confirm. It's not a great confirmation. However, that will still confirm.
Neat.
Yeah, his first attacks.
His study target?
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
Everything's going to hurt now.
My back hurts.
He's about to discover vital organs this guy didn't know he had.
One he did.
And when he did.
He lays the cane sword on the shoulder of the pirate in front of him. He takes a kind of sweeping sidestep as he, with a flare, throws the blood off of his blade across the deck of the ship. He resets it into his cane. I'm still fighting, but that looks cool.
Harry. Thank you, Taylor, for the assist. And I attack the one between the two of us.
You may.
When Perry remembers, he is a rogue.
I am a rogue. They do it 627 for the first attack.
27 will strike your opponent.
Let me go ahead and do damage just in case.
Go for it, my guy.
3, 4, 5, 6. Only 14 points of damage. Is that enough?
No.
Okay, then my second attack is higher. 29. Is it 1?
No.
So I've done
It's in the
more than
teens.
1. Okay. 10, 13, 14, 18,
Yeah, that was that number.
5.
The pirate that is currently flanked by you and Tayrus turns to face Tayrus as he just goes, ah! And he turns and looks at you as you just kind of like scream ghost face, clean off your blade. It's like, ah! And drops.
Thank you, Dave.
The pirate that is still in active combat is going to attack you.
You don't wish to yield.
I am uninjured, buddy. I am full. Oh god.
Full of confidence.
Full
Huh?
of 14 points of confidence. As he thrusts at you, the blade goes into your chest and out of your back. As your kind of after image is stepped to the side.
You gotta be quicker than that.
Dr. Isaac.
I'm just going to quickly check to see if spiritual weapon can move. I think it can. Would you argue that my spiritual weapon counts for flanking in terms of him?
Yeah, it's a threat and square, I would assume.
I cannot make opportunity attacks with it.
Yeah, I've got a knife thing that Twilight knife. That counts for flanking too.
That was going to be the next book, but they decided
just,
against it.
Stop it at 3.
I was going to say the 4th book, but I couldn't remember how many books there have been because I've never read them.
Sure.
We'll just say it gets moved. I can redirect it to attack. And as a flying weapon, it can just go off the deck of the ship. Why do you do this to me?
Oh no.
This is the second time it's done this to me. It gets 1 attack. That's a 20 to hit.
Yes.
9.
9 points of damage?
Yep.
No, I meant no.
He is still standing.
However, I get to go.
Crossbow.
It's me.
I know that guy yielded, but here's a grenade. This isn't directed at you, sorry.
He's got 1 point of health left.
It's more like
I
to whom it
do
may
call
concern.
out, it is now the time you should probably surrender like your other friend. However, seeing as though my friends are currently injured, how long was this after the fight under the tree?
Immediately.
Because I had activated my cleric, my mutagen. So is that still going on?
Probably about
I would
a minute of talking.
Yeah.
Coming to
So 10 rounds.
It lasts minutes per level, so I
Oh yeah, you still got it.
yeah, okay. Neat.
Yeah, because you had appeared on this ship in a daze, and they were in the process of robbing you.
Until they got robbed.
Till they got Robbie back.
I rolled so many more.
It
than
became
you.
a Robbie snack. With a Robbie attack.
From the Robbie pack.
That is, where is this 24 points of healing to everyone but the pirates.
The pirate laying on the ground goes, ah, oh.
No, but
As I rolled 3 6s.
Nice.
My first decent channel.
I'm good now for a minute.
In how many episodes?
I don't want to say.
29.
Is that-
However, in terms of channels, I have one more channel.
Nice. There's a channel 3.
Do you take any other actions?
Boo.
Can I half move action pull out the rope?
You may.
And then I'm going to move 5 feet.
Does it take a move action to move the guy?
It does take a move action.
So
I don't have any move actions.
No.
Can I just, as a standard? I don't have a standard. I do nothing. I
great.
just
You're
sit
just
here.
trying to milk those actions.
He is now.
I'm used to playing Horace the Bard.
So good.
Time to. I know there's only one of him, but he is about to murder. Taurus runs up to the other pirate, and he is not steadied, so it's going to do substantially less damage. That will still strike his opponent.
Nice.
As he runs up, thrusting the blade into the other pirate winces, looking down and then back up at him, and he goes, "I'm not built for combat. This is all I got." Perry.
I mean, that's valiant effort. Coming from a child.
I drink and know things.
I don't drink and know things. I drink occasionally and know things. Does a 19 strike my opponent? My flank. Does a 21 strike my flanked opponent?
Yes.
I do give him one last chance. Yield now.
Roll me either intimidate or diplomacy.
So I'm about to slice nat 20 in diplomacy.
Wow. So you swing your dagger. It stops right at his neck as you hear his weapon hit the ground. He looks behind you.
What's behind me?
Do you look behind him?
Yeah.
When you do so,
I'm
you
not falling for that. I try that all the time.
you see over a dozen pirates come flooding out from these hatches here.
Noise.
They began to form a line on the back of the ship.
Hopefully not with muskets and
Oh,
handguns.
all the weapons. You see everything from muskets to crossbows, even some of them holding spells as they look over the three of you. Taurus goes, he looks over the edge. No, that's a bad idea. No, it's a bad idea.
I look at him, hold up my potion of ale. We good.
It's really not that bad of an idea.
You hear these thudding footsteps that seem to echo out over the sound of the hum of the fans and the whirling of the machines.
Can I reposition myself in this moment to, like, kind of knock the guy on his knees and have the blade to his neck
Sure.
facing them?
Yeah.
Okay, I do that.
Spiritual weapons cannot give flanking bonuses.
Okay.
Well, it didn't matter at this moment. It might have, but it didn't.
So, just for future reference.
The heavy footsteps echo out on the metal plating, and you see behind the front line, the heads and hats of pirates begin to move and make way as the crowd parts, and you see a creature make its way through this, through the crew. He steps up. He is wearing a captain's jacket. It is a sickly green color with what might have been at one time gold edging, but now is just like a dull off yellow. He has a matching tricorn hat and slacks that drop down but are tattered at the end. His feet end in cloven hooves, and his arms end in massive hands that end with clawed fingers. His head looks something between a reptile and a canine, with a muzzle that extends out and a mouthful of teeth that are far too numerous to be contained by his lips. He has two red eyes on either side of his head and long pointed ears that extend up past the edge of his cap. As he stands up, and he looks to be completely unarmed, he says, "Gentlemen," as he holds his hands out to either side, he says, "This is no way to treat our new guests." You see the crew kind of look at each other as they slowly begin to lower their weapons. He says, "Please excuse the intrusions. My crew isn't used to
physical form simply manifesting on the deck of the ship.
Neat. Can
That-
I identify
that is
who and or
fair.
what this is?
There is no possible way to know who this is, but to know what this is would be a knowledge, either the planes or religion.
The planes. 17. I've rolled 10 consistent.
You have no idea what this is.
Awesome.
26 religion.
With a 26 religion, you do know what addresses you. This is the extraplanar version of the material world's ghoul. Where ghouls are mindless undead that can speak but are driven simply by hunger. This is something called a Linghoul. This is where the ghoul disease originated from, is Linghuls traveling to the material world.
Like from the plane of Ling.
From the plane of Ling.
Bowling.
Not the Biling.
Linghuls are intelligent, morosely so. They find fascination in anything of the macabre, the disturbing, or evil dark forces.
They're emo.
Not so much, more goth.
Oh,
Linghuls are often known to have extensive libraries on dark subjects and evil forces, and are uncharacteristically hospitable towards extraplanar travelers. Not all Linghuls are evil, however, the vast majority of them are. And you got a what again? 26?
Yep.
You may ask one question about Linghuls.
Oh, no. Doing a bit of quick math there.
oopsie daisy.
Can I get more information about their hospitality towards interplanar travelers and what that might consist of?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I think that's pretty relevant in this scenario. Like
Not
what their
even
what their
close.
typical intent might be with that. That might be more of an individual
Doesn't even matter.
person type role, but that is where we're at.
It's to feast.
Oh, we're dinner.
You're gonna have it for dinner.
So, Linghuls often find interest in extraplanar travelers because extraplanar travelers typically have magics and knowledges from other planes of existence that they find either useful or fascinating. Linghuls very, very rarely do something for free. They don't do charity or anything out of the kindness of their dark, rotted hearts. Yes. But if there is kind of a quid pro quo or a mutual agreement that you can reach with a Linghuul, he definitely knows that honey lures flies more than vinegar.
Good to know.
I know.
Good
So
to know.
seeing that you have bested the few members of his crew as you have, and the fact that you are riddled with magical equipment, he
is interested.
is interested. You know you've probably sparked his interest.
Okay.
So I kind of have my hands in there. Not a full, like, surrender, but kind of like a, I mean, you know of their heart. My spiritual weapon would come back to me, kind of float there. Because I have to command it to return to me.
We'll go ahead and remove the dagger and kind of like kick the crewmate forward.
Taurus is kind of taking a step back, and you see him sheath his sword, and he looks not intimidated, but very cautious of the captain.
He says, "Allow me to introduce myself. I am Captain Grath of the Paradox."
Neat ship.
Thank you. It's one of my own design. Something that I've taken great pride in constructing over many, many human years.
He says as he begins making his way casually towards you.
I would move next to Perry. If it matters.
The clank of hooves on metal turn into thuds of wood as he makes his way over to you, and he reaches out and he grabs the two crew members that you had hostage, right? He stands them up. He says,
Extraplanar travelers such as yourself shouldn't be taken so lightly.
he presses his claw into the chest of one of the crew members. The crew member looks down as he cuts, and you see that crew member immediately seize up. He reaches over. The other one says, no, 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 as he cuts him across the face, and he begins to seize up as well. Both of them drop to the ground. He raises a hand as the other crew members begin to come and take away the dead and those two that are paralyzed by his touch. He says,
And again, allow me to extend an apology. I would ask you to join me for dinner, so that we may discuss what has brought you here to the realm of dreams, and more specifically to my ship.
Of course. Let me not be rude and not give you a name. Dr. Isaac Tone, at your service.
A pleasure.
You may call me Perry.
he nods. Professor Terrace.
So,
What does one eat in the plane of dreams?
whatever you desire. My crew has fine taste.
You see them kind of look over at each other as they all begin to disperse, and they're kind of like, yeah, Captain's got this. When he's next to you, the sacred sweet smell of decay permeates off of him. He stands probably just over 6 feet tall.
Doesn't faze me.
That's a normal Tuesday.
Yep.
He says,
He's not there.
If you would, gentlemen, join me below deck, and we can discuss things further on what you are to do next.
Who am I to refuse a dinner date with the captain?
as he begins to walk away.
I follow in his footsteps.
Yeah, I think it would be wise for us to acquiesce.
Of course.
Terrace kind of like watches this. He says, "Gentlemen, I would like to assure you that this isn't going to be out of hospitality or charity. The captain wants something from us, and we have to keep that in mind."
Of course.
So
I'm used to
hold your
working-
information close, because it could be currency in this moment.
I'm used to working with devils. This guy, I'm sure, is akin to that.
Outer plane creatures are their own kind of special, disturbing.
I give him kind of a, I know.
Oh boy. As he begins to follow Captain Grath below deck.
He is a lingual, by the way. But there's only one of them, so don't worry.
There are two of them. Maybe bilingual.
Exactly.
The joke got better the second time.
You just hear me fall over, and you're like, I'll eventually hear the sound of wings. I will eventually hear the sound of wings, and there are no sound
They
of
never
wings.
came.
Oh no.
It was a dream after all.
I was the dream all along.
This is the real world. We've been in the dream world all along.
The real treasure is the dreams you made along the way.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
Those nightmares suck. Crap.
I don't know, nightmares
You've
on
done
this
it
plane
so
of
often, I
existence
just
might be
haven't.
important to know about. Nightmares on this plane of existence might be important to know about.
Physically,
Yes. Yes.
there's a nightmare creature.
Esoteric nightmares. For
Ancient.
instance.
Ancient esoteric nightmares. It's just a really old horse. It has a limp and when it's cute.
Brings out wheelchairs.
And it dresses up really, really fabulously.
Is it being a man bun?
Are you going to the other group or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Unless it just has a giant pathway in the middle of the ship.
Where
It's the closest thing I could do to a giant branch.
That's fair.
Ragnar. Your eyes flutter open in a daze as you are trying to regain your senses and come about. You feel the ground beneath you, and it is hard and rough. You kind of push yourself up, kind of shaking your head, and you realize that it is tree bark, but it extends out for several feet in either direction before abruptly rounding and falling off to either side with this bright white mist that completely covers anything to either side of it, and obscures any vision to what might be below you. Looking up to the sky, you see the under canopy of that tree that I have described. You don't get a great view of anything beyond that from where you are right now, but you do see that there are openings to either side that would allow you to see the sky they're in. Looking out, though, you do see those spiraling structures that drop down into the bleak mist. As you kind of take this moment, you feel a hand grab you by the face. As Ragnar turns your head to look at him, he grins, that black ichor rolling down from his eyes, nose, mouth, and ears far more than it ever had before. His joints distended by that same ooze as he grabs you, and he is wearing your axe. And you realize in that moment you're not the one that has it.
Wake up, Ragnar!
As he lets go of you.
Where are we at?
We are the closest thing to home we can be.
How do you have the axe?
Oh, Ragnar. The whole reason you're able to wield the axe without negative effects is because I took it, not you. And so, in moments like this, it's only appropriate that I wield what's mine.
Okay.
But that's not important, Ragnar. What is important is this is a great opportunity that you have to experience the strength I've promised you firsthand.
Show me.
He extends his hand and he points. I need you to roll me a perception check.
16.
It's good enough.
I rolled a 3.
You kind of still a little dazed and looking around. You do see a figure off in the distance, wearing tattered clothes, gripping their head and looking around. With that 16 perception, you hear this figure moaning out as if in distress, and that same sound is resonating through the mist all around you. As if that same thing that everyone has been saying, a multitude crying out in agony, as if you found it.
It didn't used to be this way, Ragnar. The plane of dreams and the great tree. It used to be beautiful, something anyone can see. But now, since the other heads have done this, have started to awaken, it's turned.
He reaches, extending his long arm into the mist and cupping that mist and pulling it up.
He says, shrouded, as it were, by this fog. Do you know what the plains of dreams is, Ragnar?
Usually dreams are nice or far-fetched, but not the plains of.
No. The plane of dreams have manifested because of the great old ones. Eternally asleep, drifting in the dark tapestry beyond time, space, and the other realms of existence. Their dreams have manifested to this.
So they created the dream realm.
No, Ragnar. We created the dream world. You're part of it now. Too far gone, as it were. Fused into that same tapestry, woven into the darkness, and a great opportunity you find yourself here. To understand it as no mortal has before.
You see that ichor pouring between the grooves of his teeth.
You said other. What do you mean by other heads? What do you mean I'm bound to this endlessness as the old ones?
He reaches into his pack and he draws out Melchior's head.
He says, Melchior was one of the heads. You've removed it, taken it from him. There are 3 more, Ragnar, plus the door that needs to be shut. I've kept this information from you because no one else needs to know it, but we're so close now. I need your help. And I can manifest a promise to you right now.
You need my help?
Of course, Ragnar.
Let me guess. We're in the plane of dreams. We're not together, fused into one, correct?
We are. I'm just able to manifest outside. No one here can see me or interact with me but you, Ragnar.
Interesting.
Roll me a will save.
Will 10 save? Total of 20. Wait, hang on. I have other things activated real fast. Let me turn those off. Alright. I'm not clicking on it. I want to make sure it's correct. 'Cause I don't think it's
Is it above 15?
Yes. Barely.
Okay. So
I had a lot of extras on it, so that's why I wanted them all off.
I got you. You look at him, and you notice in this moment, he is also transparent. You look to the man that's stumbling alongside the tree, and it's in that moment you realize that that is real. The person stumbling around the tree, even though transparent, is anchored here. Ragnar isn't. Reaching behind you, you grip the shaft of your axe. You kind of grab it, look up at Ragnar, and you see the axe is no longer on his back.
Neat trick, Ragnar, but it doesn't change anything. I am real, but we are still bound forevermore. I am simply a humble servant to you to bring you closer to what true power is, Ragnar.
Can you at least answer one thing?
Of course.
I'm gonna take off the wrap that's on my arm and still see the tattoo. How is it that I'm not a part of my tribe? I specifically remember being rejected, and I still have my arm.
Oh, Ragnar, I haven't anything to do with that. What happened there was your own doing. Something you've lost in your rage. Your memories are muddled, as it were. They allowed you to leave because of what you were capable of. They were afraid to take it from you, Ragnar. They were afraid of how strong you were. Unknowing that you were in such a weakened state after our fusion. But you're strong as now as you ever were.
I'm saying I'm the strong one, but you've always said that you're the one giving me the strength.
I'm only helping you, Ragnar. I can't do anything without you. Without your rage, without your strength. I am but a conduit to make you better.
Those words. I chuckle. You can't do anything without me. That is right. And like Manzarek, if you ever hurt my friends again, there will be no more.
Oh, Ragnar. Don't talk such nonsense. I promise to be good. But in this moment, it seems your friends are nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, we're kind of lost, I guess. I'm not even sure where we're at.
This, Ragnar, is the center of the plane of dreams. This is where it all began. Everything comes from here. All the dreams of mortals, all the dreams of immortals, of gods, of deities, and those on the outer plane manifested from this spot. This, in a way, Ragnar, is where I was born. And
He reaches out and grabs your shoulder, his fingers extending down past your shoulder blade as he holds you.
is where you can be born as well.
What do you mean?
You see that, Ragnar?
He points at the person stumbling around, groaning out.
That is a person infected by the black blood, one of the other heads This person could be from the Great Tree, or Ambros, or anywhere else where the black blood is present. They are lost, their mind and soul bound here to the inner sphere of the dream plane. They are untapped energy and potential, Ragnar. That is how you can realize your true strength.
You said you're gonna show me how strong you really are? Then do it.
No, I showed you how strong I can make you. But I can't do it without your help, Ragnar. You have the axe. You've proven that. Use it.
He gestures towards the person.
Is he still sitting there?
Yes. It's as if he doesn't acknowledge you. He's just
But
groaning,
it's- no,
holding
I
his
meant,
head.
is Ragnar still standing there? How do you know it's a head?
Only the heads are able to do this, to spread the black blood.
How do you know that that person is one?
That person, no, is nothing but a lost soul. Untapped potential for you to indulge in. He's a random person, Ragnar. Could be good, could be bad. Could be squandering any potential that he was blessed with his short mortal life. You'd be doing him a favor by making him something greater.
I don't say anything and I walk over to the muddled guy
Mm-hmm.
and I go, "Excuse me."
It's so cold.
Does he have like the look,
Like what
the
look?
black blood?
Mm-mm.
No.
Where am I? I'm lost. Hello? His voice echoes out.
You don't know where you're at?
Are you real?
Yes. Are you real?
I think so. I can't remember much. Everything seems so hazy.
What's the last thing you remember?
I don't, my name? My name? Taven. Taven's my name.
It's useless to speak to him, Ragnar.
His hands go on your shoulder as he leans to your ear.
He's confused and lost. Useless to anyone, especially himself.
Yeah, but it's not harm to anybody.
No, but that's not the point, Ragnar. The point is, he is beneficial to you. You see, for you to truly be fused with part of the Dark Tapestry, Ragnar, you need to know what it is to absolve a soul of its tether to this world, to ingest it, and let it become part of you like I have.
I have to kill him and eat his soul.
He takes a step back.
It's absurd. But we are dream plane. What is the benefit of doing this?
It will unlock potential in you, Ragnar. Everything must feed. Every animal, every creature. You don't hold a fox responsible for killing a hare, do you?
No.
You have become higher on the food chain. You have evolved, Ragnar. All you have to do is realize that you have fangs.
confusion just like envelops him, and he's. So if I kill him and eat his soul, I'll get more powerful?
Yes, Ragnar. You only need one soul now. More won't do. Nothing. It will mean nothing to you. But taking this one step will change you. It will complete your evolution, Ragnar.
Does it help with the other heads?
It will help you combat them. It will make you stronger. To be able to cut them off like you did to Melkwa.
I guess if I'm stronger, I can protect the rest of the party.
Now you get it.
I can protect the rest of the party. We don't have to worry about losing anybody else.
Gone are the days of being eaten by dinosaurs or pummeled nearly to death by some caged gnoll. You will become something more.
You're sadistic, you know that?
Flattery will get you everywhere, Ragnar.
Are you talking to you, Eli?
No, I was talking to Richard.
Little bit.
It takes Eli to make it, though. I like that. That was terrible. Do it. I guess if it's going to help defeat the other heads and keep everybody safe, then is he already dead?
As good as.
Okay.
Before you do it, do me one last favor.
He begins to fade and disappear.
Rage.
Whenever he says that, it's like a switch flips, and he'll black out, and it would just be Ragnar.
Hello.
Can you help me?
Yes. Do you see that?
I point the opposite direction. I will take the axe and just cut him in half.
When you do so, you are met with no resistance. The two halves fall apart. As his expression doesn't change, the blade glides through him, and he falls, and when his two halves hit the ground, they turn into the same mist that permeates around. It rises up, and it's in that moment you know that you can draw that into you. You can inhale it.
I will take the biggest breath ever.
Your lungs fill with this bitter, chilling miasma. You feel it roll through your entire body, and it hurts. Your rage immediately ends, and Ragnar is back in control as you feel this pain begin to rack through your body.
Screaming like a baby.
If you did not have DR before,
I don't.
you have DR now.
I can't.
You do. You have DR5 to everything but fire and good aligned weapons.
Bye, Ragnar. It was nice knowing you.
You now have dark vision up to 60 feet.
Scrub.
Thanks.
Get Ragnar.
Equal to that distance, whenever you're ready,
Yeah.
you have life sense, as if you have blind fight.
Huh.
So if you're fighting anything around you that's alive, you can sense where it is at all time.
Clarification from just my benefit.
Yes.
My like life detection, I specify I can see undead and construct. Does that work for him, or does it have to be a living target?
I guess that'd be a better way to word that. I was gonna be so as long as it's got hit points, it works.
Everything has hit points.
Yeah, that's
The door has hit points. I can blinds fight the door.
It's just overwhelming. Everything has hit points. It's all alive.
The creature notices and locates living creatures within 60 feet, just as if it possessed the blind sight ability.
Okay. The living creatures is the timer.
Yes.
Yeah, my life detection thing detects constructs and undead as well.
Nice.
And I know, like, oh, that's an undead living thing, or that's a construct that has life energy in it.
You also have a new ability.
Curse strike.
Sorry.
Bless you. Thank you.
Called Overwhelming Madness.
Oh,
This ability.
that somehow works.
When you confirm a critical strike against a creature, the creature must make a will save equal to 10 plus half your character level. If the creature fails, it is then confused.
Will save?
It has the confusion. Yes, it's a will save 10 plus half your character level. And it is confused for a number of rounds equal to half your character level. And there is one last thing that changes about you.
Okay. And that was called what?
Overwhelming Madness.
Can I also trade my humanity for overwhelming powers?
Yeah, like phenomenal cosmic powers.
Sign me up.
Your alignment is chaotic evil now.
Oh.
It was already chaotic neutral. Shut up.
I only dropped 3 spots.
Yeah.
It was chaotic good to begin with.
So imagine as if Ragenar's alignment is what shines through now. So
I thought Damon had the alignment downgrade.
you know all of this about you as if you know the color of your eyes or how many fingers you have. All that has just occurred to you is natural to you. And as this happens, even your alignment shifts, by the way. As this happens, Ragenar is nowhere to be seen. He is not there to congratulate you or to encourage you. You are simply left alone on the edge of this tree in an ocean of mist.
And if I keep walking the same direction I went to found this random person, does it just continue on for forever?
Not for forever, but for a long ways.
I would just go in that direction then.
Because where you are, there is mist everywhere. It is thicker here at the base of the tree, but it rises up to obscure your vision within about 100 feet.
Let me rephrase that. I'm gonna walk towards where the spiral staircase is. Because obviously I need to get out of here, and I don't know where to go. That's the only thing that really is like a beacon for any reason.
Solid plan. It is miles away.
I would just start walking that way because I have no idea where to go.
40 feet of movement around he's getting there.
As you begin to walk in that direction, you hear the beating of wings above you. Looking up, you see a shadow of a massive winged creature jet over top of you. The mist kind of disperses, and just beyond where the person was that you cleaved in half and then huffed his soul, you hear the creature land. You hear this deep booming voice. It's not every day I see a mortal on the dream plane. He is not talking to you. He is over there somewhere.
I stop and turn, and I notice he's obviously not referring to me, correct?
Correct.
I will start to go back that direction to see what's going on.
All right, you may do that thing.
Meanwhile, Damon, you hear flapping wings.
Meanwhile, Damon, you hear flapping wings.
Ka-chug.
So like little hummingbird flapping?
Yeah. You've heard Dr. Isaac Tone's wings? Like
Yeah,
his claws?
yeah.
It's a lot like that. Just
No.
5 times his size. Like he was an ancient dragon of some kind, an esoteric ancient dragon. In the nightmare realm, so an esoteric nightmare.
Right.
Ancient esoteric.
I want to hear from him.
You see an ancient esoteric nightmare dragon. No, I'm just kidding. That's what you wanted to hear, right?
No.
Copy paste thing that happened to Ragnar happens to you.
You are now evil.
Okay, out of
Copy paste intro of Ragnar it happens to you.
Okay, got it.
I was like, whoa.
Whoa.
You murdered someone.
I murdered
For why? I'm tired of coming up with new crap for all of you. You're all just Ragnar now. It's kind of like playing Final Fantasy 1 and you're like, we're all just red mages. That's an obscure reference.
Oh man. And if you do get the reference, be sure to stretch your back. So.
And like, comment, and subscribe.
I push myself to my knees and look around.
When you look around, you see probably half a dozen people in tattered, in rags, all giving out that mournful cry. All of them with their face in their hands, walking about, just kind of groaning. Roll me a will save.
Oh boy. Already. This is a good start.
Got will for days.
Do I now? You sure about that?
Well, a paladin should.
It's not valid.
That's the joke.
15.
Rolling twice.
That's 15 on the nose. You're able to discern that they're not physical, but they are real. They look like illusions because they're transparent, but they're not ghosts. You're able to discern that these people can be interacted with, but you are unsure what they are.
I get to my feet and approach the nearest one.
It's a woman that's kind of clutching her sleeves as she's just looking from side to side.
Hello.
Un momento, por favor. Sorry, I should have had this ready. This is my fault.
It's okay. It's not like you have a bunch to keep track of.
Oh my goodness, I have so much to keep track of.
You should write a book.
Okay.
You should before. He'll dictate.
I go back to all this after it's all finished.
Is this what I wanted? Is this what it is? Okay. I'm sorry. Okay.
Do I have
Hey
all my
Max,
equipment?
thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, Max.
Miss you, buddy.
It's you. Don't always say hi. Do I have all my equipment? Sword, shield, armor, etc., etc.
Yes, you are fully bedecked. As you walk up to this person, and she kind of turns to acknowledge you, you see it's Meryl.
Meryl?
Oh, no.
Where am I?
I reach out to grab her.
She winces, but she looks at you.
Meryl. It's me.
Damon? What are you doing here?
What are you doing here? Where is this place?
I don't know.
Who else is here with you?
Roll me a perception check.
Didn't we send Meryl to the library?
Oh, yeah. Well, no, she came back to Dreamport.
Alright, 24.
With a 24, as you look around, you see Shalina and Barev are also there from the Blackberry Farms.
What are all of you doing here?
All of who?
You, Shalina, Barev. You guys are supposed to be on the farm.
We were. Oh, Damon's. She's not acting like herself. She's acting scared.
Right.
It's so scary. But it's just a dream.
Where's Tamras?
Roll me another perception check.
28.
So when you say where's Tamras, she goes to shake her head. You in that moment take a second to listen, and you can hear Tamras is crying.
I immediately Meryl and turn to find her.
You move through the kind of crowd of people as you find Tamras sitting with her arms wrapped around her knees, rocking back and forth, her hair in her face.
I get on one knee next to her. I'm like, Tamras, it's me. It's Damon.
Her expression changes from fear and sadness to anger.
Tamras, what are you doing here?
You left. You left again.
What do you mean left?
You sent me away and then you left.
I sent you to safety. You couldn't go where I was going. Why aren't you on the farm?
Why didn't you come back?
I'm going to. I was going to. I don't know.
Mom and Dad are dead. Mom and Dad are dead and you left? Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you come back? Did you know?
Yes. I was there.
Why? You said you wouldn't leave me again. You said it wasn't your fault and then you did it again. She begins to cry. Tears stream down her face.
I go to embrace her.
She screams, "Don't touch me!"
Tamras. I haven't left you.
Heartbreaking, isn't it? You hear from behind you.
Just jump to my feet and turn around.
You see Philstopheles leaning against the tree.
What are you doing here?
Well, that's not a very kind greeting.
I haven't had a lot of reason to be kind lately.
It's true. You've been through a lot. More than your friends would like to acknowledge. Especially, well, you know.
Hold on.
I know he's talking about me.
All right. Was it Dak Izathoth or something like that?
Something like that. Whatever he's calling himself now is irrelevant.
I know who he is.
You have no idea.
I know how old he is. What's your connection, though?
Oh, is that really what you're concerned about right now, Damon? He looks down at your sister.
What are you doing here? You're not like the rest of them.
Oh no, I'm very real. These are but echoes of what were. Minds trapped in madness, in a constant dream state while their bodies are being puppeted in the real world.
The blood.
Mm-hmm.
It's at the farm.
It is. Not long after you left, as a matter of fact. As if it knew. As if you trusted someone and sent them there to retrieve your sister without checking first. Oh, it's not your fault. How could you have known? He was so convincing.
Hold on, I have a brain fart.
Adriel.
Thank you. Adriel.
He's not a villain. He's a victim. Same as them. As a matter of fact, he might be here somewhere too if you'd like to speak with him.
But they're here.
Mm-hmm.
They're not dead. How do I restore them?
You have to sever the link. To cut off the head, same as you did with Melkor. But you knew that already. You're just confused and scared.
Who's the head for this one?
Oh. Damon, you know as well as I do, information like that isn't free. It's valuable. More so than gold in some cases.
What do you value?
I've already told you what I value, Damon. I told you twice, and you've ignored me. Twice. And each time, something worse happens. I could have prevented this. He gestures to her. But you ignored me. Said you had to think about it.
I don't take the betrayal of a comrade lightly.
Betrayal?
Even one such as Dr. Tone.
To betray someone is to suggest that you're on the same team. I assure you, you are not. He has his own motives. I've seen him die twice now. And each time, he comes back, another little echo of what once was. I've seen what he can do. I've seen him tear souls apart only to put them back together in a monstrous amalgamy of some kind of terrible form.
I've seen the laboratory.
So you know I'm right. And did he show any signs of remorse, or was he simply so invested in his precious little locket? Did he reminisce about all the souls that he has destroyed, all the lives that he's taken? Did he seem distraught or remorseful for what he once was, or maybe still is? Or is he only concerned of his own memory and regaining what is his?
He said he was as much a victim as anyone else.
Oh, he's crying victim. How convenient.
Well, so let's hypothetically say you get your freedom then. What then? What would you do with it?
Go home.
Home.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that.
Mm-hmm.
After everything else.
I can make it contractually binding if you'd like. I have no interest in you or your people. I am simply lashing out in self-preservation. I don't want to hurt anybody.
What plane of existence are you from?
You know that. You know the answer to that.
I want to hear it from you.
I am from the Hells.
And Dr. Tone brought you here.
In a manner.
Or did you come here and get wrapped up in his experiments?
Are you trying to coax something out of him, or are you simply conversating?
Trying to coax something out of him. Trying to. It's a fishing expedition.
Your bait's kind of weak.
Yeah, but
I'm rephrase that. Your bait is
I'm
weak.
trying to play on his need to feel superior.
All right, roll me diplomacy.
This is where you do better.
Oh, I was so close to it.
17.
All together?
Yeah, I rolled a 2.
He says, don't play this game with me, Damon. I've been playing it myself for far too long.
Is he a danger to the rest of the group?
Of course, he's a danger to everyone around him. As a matter of fact, I'm sure if you asked him that, he would confirm it. He can't deny his own nature or what he is. His pride won't allow him to. Did he go through a recent change, Damon?
I don't look him in the eye.
He's getting stronger, huh? Tapping more into what he is. Those chains on his wrist, I'll give you this for free. are binding contracts that he has made. One, to split his soul, and one, to preserve his humanity, or what's left of it. He did that. He chose that. The real him, that is.
You're making me choose between two evils.
Nonsense. Evil and good are concepts, he says.
You see, like an expression that of like back he would have gotten back in the old days of that, like the paladin kind of rising up. No, good is good and evil is evil.
And who determines that? The gods?
The results.
All right. What are the results of you doing as I ask? Your parents being brought back to life? Your sister no longer resenting you? The world being rid of that monster? And me gaining my freedom after so many years?
What do you mean about bringing my parents back to life?
I told you I can bring them back. I offered you this once and you turned me down. But now you know it affects someone besides yourself.
Can you make it contractual?
Of course I can.
You won't break the contract.
I
You can't.
literally can't.
You get your freedom. You leave immediately to your plane.
A scroll appears. The scroll is written in two different languages. What languages do you speak?
Both of those.
Common, celestial, abyssal.
It's written in Abyssal and Common. As it. He says, take your time, read the contract.
And I do.
As you sit there reading over this contract, the contract states that once you've made your wish, you make your declaration of, I wish for my parents to be brought back to life. I wish for Philistophiles, the demon who has written this contract, to return back to his home plane once my contractual obligations are fulfilled. And in turn, I will end the life of Daka Izathoth as I know him to be Dr. Isaac Tone. Unless there's something you'd like to add.
I point to the section that talks about bringing my parents back to life. I want this to say, restored to as they were before the Black Blood took them.
So clever. Oh, before I do that, should I cure your father's illness as well? Let him be cantankerous and mean for the rest of his mortal life instead of dying in just a few years.
The way my father was, it's no concern of mine. It's for her. And she loved him for who he was. I won't change anything else.
Fine then. The contract changes to state as you said.
I read it again and one more time. Any sort of wisdom or perception roll?
Roll me. It would be a wisdom roll.
Sense motive.
You could roll sense motive. Either one of those. Wisdom for the contract, sense motive against him.
Good luck.
Probably sense motive.
Good luck. Is it a 1?
You believe everything. He changes it back.
Don't deny.
He is as honest as the day is long.
Which is bad, because in the dream world, the sun doesn't set.
For Tamers.
And we have a deal. You see your name appear at the bottom of the scroll. Good luck, Damon. As he disappears.
His Tamara's still on the ground, just going through the fields. I kneel down again next to her. I say, I'm gonna make this right. Believe me, I will make this right.
I'm tired of your lies.
Sleep. I'll return when you awake. I stand up. And I walk away from her. No other direction other than the opposite of her.
The mist around you disperses as you see a large, mechanically, black dragon land in front of you. He raises up. He has a red frill that runs down the back, from the top of his head down his back of his neck. You see that same frill appears again on his tail and down to the end. He has red frills on his elbows and two black horns that rise up. Tilting his head, the dragon looks down at you.
Well, it's not every day that we see a mortal soul in the dream world.
Deja vu.
Deja vu.
And back to the A team.
Boo. 18. You can't flip this.
Apparently not.
Oh, this thing's heavy.
I mean, I'm going to dine this one to Damon, so why is it...
You should have been nice to him.
Yeah.
Was I not?
Shouldn't have been so racist to him.
Was I?
Yeah.
Am I the problem here?
You're the devil here.
Hey, now. As someone who is literally making a pact with a person who is a known head of the Black Blood, I don't think I'm the issue.
Not the guy who just made a pact with the devil.
Yeah, the one that... Never mind. I have theories. I think I know who you just signed a pact with. Good luck, buddy.
It wasn't Christian Grey. I'm gonna tell
It
you
was
that.
Can't confirm.
wrong with you?
A lot.
That's true.
I need mental health.
This is gonna be the episode that breaks the rest of the campaign.
I mean,
Hey, we're off to a great start.
We all know Eli's not afraid to end the campaign based on our decisions.
oh. Do you think I like this? Do you think I like being this way?
All that hard work for nothing. Not nothing.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, join us for campaign number 2 in 2 weeks.
We're all playing halflings.
Chaotic evil campaign just to get it out, and then for the real one.
Wasn't even intended. At all.
Once again, we are pirates.
Things were good.
Watch Damon go
Simpler
from
life.
watch Damon's course go from lawful good to lawful evil in the course of like about 28 episodes.
He said
What was your
Damon.
arc?
Huh?
From what? Chaotic
Chaotic good to chaotic evil.
Yeah.
No, I went to neutral first.
Yeah, hit it.
He went to neutral too.
You gotta put it in neutral unless you want to grind.
Yeah, you don't want to break the transmission.
But you can blow the engine up there.
The engine being Eli's campaign.
What are you?
We're just blowing smoke. Like
Man,
This
you-
is called.
We're
We're gonna take a short break and we'll be right back.
There it is.
See?